Actually witnessed it the day it happens, and the aftermath is unbelievable. Yeah.
Close to 200 horses here are now displaced. Their barns gone. Even portions of the Churchill Chapel are being rebuilt.
The incredible thing, and someone said to me, I can't explain this, and I said I can't. The miracle yesterday is that no horse, no person was injured, and that everyone stuck together as a family, as they always do.
As barn roofs collapsed, horses were stuck inside. Churchill's president says everyone on site helped get them out.
Again, those are individuals who just stepped up at the moment and made it happen.
Keeping an already tense situation from becoming much worse, and keeping the lives of horses and those who care for them safe.
Like you wouldn't believe how fortunate we are.
Of course, raising
WLKY's Marissa Alter has a look at the damage there.
It's my second home out there, but it's destroyed now. Hopefully we can rebuild it.
William Head just got back from the hospital, but his homecoming has been heartbreaking.
It's hard to describe.
This used to be Head's man cave, stocked with a TV, computer, couch, and fridge. Severe weather tore the structure wide open last night and ripped the roof off, sending it on top of the garden and back.
She had such a beautiful garden, she lost that too.
Elsewhere on Willowwood Way, Head's neighbors were luckier. Mostly lots of downed trees and missing shingles. This trampoline used to be a fixture in a yard 4 homes over. At the Sproul Meadow Apartments, one of 3 buildings had to be evacuated.
Well, it appears.
Not a young tree, not a small one, showing you just how strong Mother Nature's force was last night. In Jeffersontown, Marissa Alter, WLKY.
J-Town, right beside Fern Creek.
Going over Churchill Downs.
Check out this video that was uploaded by a viewer to our local section of WLKY.com. Now you can see what appears to be a rope-like tornado descending from the clouds, and you hear the man on the tape saying it's headed for Churchill Downs.
Dozens of viewers are uploading some very impressive pictures to our website and Facebook page. Chris sent in this photo of what appears to be a funnel cloud over Bob Montgomery Chevrolet on Dixie Highway.
That's definitely a funnel cloud.
And this photo of a funnel cloud was taken in Fern Creek. We want to see all of your pictures and video. Just go to the local section of WLKY.com. Lindsay Lohan is having...
It's a little bit weak, and then it gets a little tighter and a little darker as it moves toward the ground. Again, it went from EF1 to EF2, we're told, so from maybe 80, 90 to over 100 mile-per-hour winds, and that's probably when it got tighter. It started really kicking up the debris, some of that probably from Churchill Downs, as it hit the ground here. Luckily, as Andy Weingarten told us, it was only 120 yards wide, and it didn't stay on the ground that long. We've got much more on the damage that happened over in Jeffersontown coming up here a little bit later at 6.
That's right beside Fern Creek.
All right, thank you, Scott. Nearly 8,000 customers without power. Within the last hour, that number is now down to just more than 250 people.
And the tornado struck a business just east of Churchill Downs. It was Equipment Depot. It sells and rents forklifts and scissor lifts. Now you can see the parking lot full of equipment where tractor trailers were also damaged. 55 people work there, and they can't get in until LG&E finishes the work on their power lines. The company is hoping to back half of the building can be saved, however, but don't know when they will reopen.
That looks like it's wrecked. I'm sorry.
WLKY's Ann Bowden is on Floyd Street, where the Equipment Depot took the direct hit. She continues our team coverage. Ann?
Well, Rick, all of that video that you have seen in Eric's story and what we've shown for the last hour, well, that was actually when the tornado hit its peak. It was an F1 tornado when it was at Churchill Downs, turned into an F2 tornado when it hit this area. It took down poles and power lines and wires, street signs, and it also took down parts of the Equipment Depot.
EF2, somewhere in the 105 to 120 mile an hour range.
Players are supposed to pick up steam at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium, but apparently so do tornadoes. From an F1 at Churchill Downs to a swirling F2 here in the 2900 block of Floyd Street.
So it was pretty much on the ground the whole time. Relatively weak, except where it kind of spun up and did a little bit more damage over here, obviously.
When it hit the Caterpillar Equipment Depot, it was a tornado. Even the National Weather Service found hard to describe.
It looked a lot like, more like a water spout in the Gulf of Mexico, that type of storm.
So it's a pretty big shock to see it and the shape it's in. The good thing is There were no employees in the building when this hit.
As the CEO for the equipment depot, Bob Shermer had flown into Louisville for an employee meeting. Little did he know, in hours, his building would look like this.
Shade trees come down. Later, storm cells spawned twisters that skipped across the Jeffersontown community. This is the Galen and Sue Ellen Drive area. A number of large trees twisted to the ground. Some outbuildings flattened and plenty of roof damage. You can find much more damage just east of Gaslight Square. But again, no one was hurt.
Thank God.
Back out here live now at Churchill Downs, untouched by the storms last night.
Spirals.
The wind spires at Churchill Downs. Racing resumes tomorrow night. Live aboard the News Chopper, Steve Bergen, WLKY News.
Jeffersontown also took a beating during last night's storm.
We'll check out the damage in that area next on WLKY.
We started seeing a couple of very strong rain showers, no thunderstorms, and at 7:30 is when we first got our first report of a possible tornado near Elizabeth, Indiana. And then as that moved across the river, and then by 8:04, that's when we were getting reports and we were tracking it on the radar that we had a confirmed tornado on the ground near Churchill Downs. So in less than 35 minutes, we had a rain shower that turned into a rain shower and a thunderstorm that was producing a tornado that we were tracking all across the area. And then by 9:27, we had the first of three confirmed tornadoes in Jeffersontown. So what happened from 7 o'clock to 7:30? 7 o'clock, the winds were out of the southwest. At 7:30, those winds went from the southwest to the southeast, and that allowed a little bit of additional spin to start occurring in the atmosphere. Think of spinning a top.
And an EF2 tornado. Another EF2 hit Churchill Downs. Winds in excess of 100 miles an hour. And an EF0 hitting Harrison County, Indiana. Wave 3 meteorologist Andy Weingarten joining us with the latest now from the side of J-Town, beginning at Electron Drive. The twisters uprooting trees, ripping the siding off of two buildings and separating the brick facade off an apartment building.
And it seemed to have come through the front of the building and across the top, and then just kind of blew the brick out of the back.
The National Weather Service reported
that's 1 mile from my house.
15 miles per hour in J-Town. Power crews continue working to restore service following those storms. Take a look, more than a dozen power trucks lined up on Floyd near Central. Many of those power poles